If you're newly sober, if you're in recovery, and you think someone else has a problem, it's been better to just kind of take a step back and not judge. I am judgmental. Judgmental, I'm judgmental. I prejudge. This is what I mean. When I first got sober, and I know I'm not alone. When I first got sober, I used to think everybody else needed to get sober. Everybody else had a problem. I mean, I would constantly judge other people that I thought needed to be sober as well. So that guy needs AA, that person needs treatment, she needs to go to, it's like it was constant. And it wasn't helpful because alcoholism, drug addiction is self-diagnosed. And I think about people that need interventions. And so I think there's a little bit of a difference. AA is a program of attraction, not promotion. I bumped into a guy the other day, and this is a guy that I've seen him, gosh, I probably saw him for the first time, I don't know, probably 5 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know. Time goes so fast. I've been sober since for 13 years. So I remember seeing this guy, and he looks a lot like a guy that I knew from when I was in junior high. I was in 8th grade. So this is it's over 30 years ago. I saw him at a place called the Vig, and he's out there for Sunday Fun Day, drinking. But he looks familiar, and I live in Arizona. I live in the Arcadia area of Arizona, and he looks like he's having a good time. He's drinking the way that I used to drink. But I recognize him, and he's like, and I think he's this guy, his name's Damien, let's use his first name. I didn't say anything to him. He's got like a unique look, and so I've seen him a couple of times, and I've seen him at some of the hot spots in Arcadia. He was the little brother of a girl that I was friends with, and I was kind of friends with her, but not great friends with her, so I kind of knew her, and he was the little brother. On Sunday, I went to a place called Trevor's with my girlfriend, and we go into Trevor's, and here's this guy, and he's at the bar with a couple of his friends. And so it's interesting because when I first got sober, my first idea would have been like, this guy's an alcoholic, this guy needs to be sober, whatever. But I didn't think that. And I don't know if it's because I'm a little more mature in my sobriety now. I'm not really sure. I don't think it serves me to put that energy out there that somebody else needs treatment, that somebody else. And here's the other thing too I was thinking about, because you have interventions and you do an intervention on a loved one. So this guy, even though he looks like he drinks the way that I used to drink, he might not have a problem. I don't know. It's self-diagnosed. I haven't personally experienced any of his alcoholic behavior. Alcoholic behavior being the lying, cheating, and the stealing. He's never lied to me. He's never cheated me in business or as a friend or anything. He's never stolen anything from me. So it's not my place to tell him he's an alcoholic, to tell him that he needs help, to tell him that he needs to go to rehab. I don't know. On one hand, I could say like, this guy really needs help. That's why we connected. So anyways, going back to the story. So I see this guy at Trevor's. He's drinking the way that I used to drink. And I'm sitting down, and we sit down at the bar, and we're like, we're watching a World, or not World Cup, but the Copa America soccer game. And he's over there, and I'm like, man, I'm telling my girlfriend, Sierra, I'm looking at his photo. I pull him up on Facebook, and I'm like, God, this guy looks familiar. And I'm looking, and he hasn't been on Facebook for a long time. So he's got old pictures that are like 10 years old. But I'm looking at these pictures on Facebook, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, God, it looks like him. And then I see in the about, it says his hometown is Oxnard, California. His current town, Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm like, it's got to be him. So I go up to him and I talk to him, and of course it's him. And what a small world. What does it mean that I connected with this guy? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But we connected. We'll probably get together at some point. We'll have coffee, lunch, dinner, whatever. You know, it was interesting too, because we said, yeah, let's get together sometime. You know, we can go grab dinner at the Global Ambassador or whatever. We'll go to one of these. Oh, he works in the alcohol industry, so which that makes sense, of course. To get a free copy of the 12-step guide that I created for you, click on the link in the description below. And I'm like, yeah, cool, let's get together. And I tell him that I'm sober. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sober. I've been sober since 2011. I normally don't lead with that. I normally don't tell people that I'm sober and I've been sober. And it's interesting. I'm wondering why I shared that with him, because I shared it with him pretty early on. And I think that when I first got clean and sober, I used to share that information pretty early on. And it was almost like I wanted to make sure that people knew. And maybe it's because I didn't trust myself, or maybe I just wanted to protect myself, even though I have zero desire to drink or do a drug. I'm not concerned about potentially drinking or drugging. I'm in a great place spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. Like I'm good. I'm totally good. And there's nothing that a drink or a drug is going to make better. I mean, my life would go downhill very quickly if I were to pick up a drink or a drug or anything like that. So I'm not even concerned about that. But it was really interesting that I shared that with him. Point being, alcoholism and drug addiction is self-diagnosed. And I'm here to help anybody that wants help. And I'm just gonna be an example. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna do the things I do. I'm going on a cycling trip to Costa Rica here. I'm leaving tomorrow, and I'm so excited about it. And there's not one single part of me that is concerned about. Actually, I talked to my nephew, and he said that they went to Costa Rica, and his experience with Costa Rica is that everybody goes out and goes clubbing and drinks at night in Costa Rica. I don't know. I mean, I'm not concerned about that at all. I'm going there on a cycling trip anyways. We're gonna go to the beach, we're gonna swim, we're gonna surf. It's gonna be a great time. I'm just gonna be an example, and that's it. It's a program of attraction. Again, these guys, I haven't personally experienced any of their alcoholic behavior. They haven't lied to me, cheated, stolen from me. And if I was close to them, and maybe I had experienced the lying, cheating, and stealing, then it's like, okay, let's talk about this. This person needs treatment, but that wasn't my place. So that's normally it's not my place unless it's a loved one. So yeah, if you're newly sober, if you're in recovery and you think someone else has a problem, it's been better to just kind of take a step back and not judge. If you got value from this video, if you heard what you needed to hear, be sure to like it. Comment if you've got a question or you have something to say. Subscribe to the channel. Camelback Recovery provides treatment services for people struggling with mental health, mental illness, addiction, alcoholism, whatever it may be. So if you or a loved one is struggling and you need some guidance and you need some direction, reach out to us. Our contact information is down below, or you can go to our website, CamelbackRecovery.com, whether it be detox, inpatient treatment, outpatient treatment, sober living, recovery coaching, sober companion services, whatever it may be. Like I said, we can either help you or make sure that you get sent in the right direction. We help people all over the country, all over the world for that matter. I'll see you on the next video.